All right, so I just talked to Sir Thomas Dale, and he had some tools laid out that that were given to the Indians when the settlers first arrived, kind of to make peace and to let them stay. And yeah, so like I said, I'm here in Henricus. This is the, like I was saying, the second English settlement, settled in 1611. And it was kind of a redo from Jamestown because, like everybody knows, Jamestown was a bit of a mess for a couple of years. They had settled on a swamp. So this is a replica of a Powhatan starter home. Let's take a walk in here. Okay, so that was a recreation of a Native American settlement, and just to let you know, the two biggest tribes in the area at the time were the Powhatan and Chickahominy, and Chickahominy being the more friendly of the two. So up here is going to be a recreation of the first fort the settlers built when they arrived. Okay, so Henricus was named after King James' son, Henry Frederick, and it was settled in 1611 by Sir Thomas Dale, and he arrived with a little over 300 musketeers to build the fort, and it lasted about 11 years until that famous Powhatan Indian massacre in 1622, where it was burned down. But the nearby city of Henricus, that was rebuilt. And let's see, this is also the site of the first hospital in the colonies and the first college. And but what really got things going was the arrival of John Roth. And he had created a new hybrid strain of tobacco that was really popular. It was really popular in England. And so yeah, before that, the colonies had been a kind of a financial failure. So, and plus it was always under Indian attack. And so I guess the second thing that really got things going was his marriage to Pocahontas. And she was actually captured during some fighting and held ransom in exchange for some colonists that had been captured and some tools that had been stolen. And yeah, while staying with the colonists, she became kind of disillusioned with her people because her father really wasn't doing that much. He kind of wasn't budging on negotiations, and the settlers had kind of thought they had a hot commodity, being she being the chief's daughter, but really he had many wives and many other daughters. And plus, she was living in luxury with the settlers. She was being treated like a princess, and she was staying in one of the nicest houses with the Reverend Whitaker. And so yeah, eventually, so they arranged a marriage to kind of create peace between the two nations. And yeah, so after that, things were good for about 8 years. All right, so this would be a recreation of a tobacco barn. And I just learned that I've left the fort, and now I'm in kind of the city of Henricus, and which really was about a mile or two away. And over here is the recreation of a middle class home at the time, around 1620. Strong herb smell in here. Rock Hall parsonage built by Reverend Alex Whitaker. Alright, so this is a recreation of the home of Minister Whitaker. And it's where Pocahontas stayed for about 8 months. And she was converted to the Anglican faith. Okay, so this is that hospital I was telling you about, the first hospital in the colonies. And settlers would come here after getting off their ships after the voyage, and it was to curb the death rate because so many people were dying initially of disease in the colonies. So yeah, I can imagine this place was pretty hopping. Alright, so I'm down here at the Dutch Gap Channel, and that's Interstate 295 over there. Anyway, so yeah, right here is the little Dutch Gap Channel. James River wraps around, loops a 5-mile loop, comes around, continues. So this was a little cut through created during the Civil War. And somewhere in this area during the Revolutionary War, Benedict Arnold scuttled 8 of the colonialist boats, sinking their navy. Alright, pretty cool map of John Smith's voyages up the Chesapeake. So he explored it in 1608 and mapped it out, and of course he was looking for that Western Passage. Alright, so this memorial is dedicated to that first university that was built here. Looks like this thing was, the statue was built in 1910, and let's see, university was established May 26th, 1619, and they called the town Henricopolis at the time. Alright, so this memorial is dedicated to that first church, and it actually, yeah, looks like the church was right near here, and established by that Reverend Whitaker. All right, now read this one earlier. This is what remains of a lighthouse that was here. It was built right after the Dutch Gap was completed. Like I say, it started construction during the Civil War, and they finished up in 1872. So this Sir Thomas Dale had quite an interesting life, and he was an English military officer, and then he was knighted by King James in 1606. Commissioned to come out to the colonies and kind of save the day to kind of get it going again, because Jamestown was a little bit of a failure. So yeah, he got Henricus off the ground. A couple years later, he helped establish Bermuda 100, which isn't too far from here, and was sent back to England in 6. He was on the ship going back with John Roth and Pocahontas, and then in 1608 he was sent by the East India Company to India to help fight off the Dutch, who were encroaching on the English territory, and he ended up dying in Jakarta a little later that year. So yeah, it was quite a life. Alright, I think that's it for the tour. Yeah, alright. Yeah, that was pretty cool. So see ya.